let's talk about the pressure points of fatherhood when you and your sons, in this case, all turned out to be professional football players. But let's get just real down through there. The times where the pressure of their environment and the pressure of your relationship showed up. And we can talk about conflict, we can talk about love, we can talk about incidents, but just frame pressure points with your children.
I played basketball, but I really don't want my kids to play basketball because I knew I would be rough on them because I kind of knew what it takes, what you got to give up. And if you wasn't trying to do that, I didn't want you to play. But Micah, he faced the most pressure because he's like he always stood out. So he felt like he always had to win. I just told him, don't cry, especially when wrestling, because we used to travel and it was this one kid, his name was Mason Manville, and he was just like awesome. And it don't matter what my son did, he couldn't beat him. I said, hey, don't worry about it. Just shake his hand and say, hey, I'll get you next time, Just keep your head up because you're not always going to win, But in his mindset, he wants to win. And that's how he trains, that's how he looks at everything. Like, even when the team loses, the team could lose, but he may feel like it was my fault, I could have did something more. Sometimes athletes put the pressure on themselves, and I always tell people, I feel like mental health should be taught to these kids in the beginning in middle school sports and high school sports, because when you leave high school and go to college, if you've been a starter all your life and now you're not playing, that mentally breaks kids down. I know for my son, he was getting a little bit of playing time and he wasn't cool with that because he's used to playing all 4 quarters. But you understand, there's levels to it. They may know you can play 4 quarters, but they want to see how you handle adversity. But sometimes you got to stand 10 toes down and weather the storm. And that's what my kids did. So making a compromise and learning how to work together was big. And it was tough. Because in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, not this again, not this again. Whenever it was trouble, they didn't want to tell me. Because I'd be on them. But it's life, because I used to get in trouble. But don't hide it from them. I'm trying to protect you. You know what I mean? But again, co-parenting got better as we got older and mature and learned each other. And that's the biggest part I like to tell people. You don't got to come from a 2-parent household to be successful. You just got to work together.